Should be a good game. Cowboys versus Eagles. It's usually a tough, tight game. Have you tried to look up my YouTube, Double? Cause man, if I could get a viewer from another country, dude, that would fucking help out. I, yeah, I mean, it's just go to YouTube and just type in my screen name. You know, just yeah. That's probably about the only reason why I haven't played with my name and changed it up a little bit, because I'd have to do it in so many different freaking places because I stream and it'd just be too much, man. All right, here we go.
We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Today, an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Overseeing that Philadelphia sideline, head coach Nick Sirianni. His side back to 500 after they picked up the victory last week. Facing off with him, the head coach of the Cowboys. His guys are ready, as they always are, to play in front of this home crowd, hoping the extra surge of momentum pays off in a win. Brandon Aubrey has the ball teed up. Kate Scott and Brock Feward up in the booth for this one. And we're off on EA Sports. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down just inside the 25. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job.
Cowboys closing in, and they get to it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
We knew we were in store for some crazy blitz packages from this defense. And already one play in, and that linebacker gets home for the sack. Critical now for this offense to identify what you're seeing, and for this defense to continue to frustrate and get after the quarterback.
They are on it with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has him on a quick hitter. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got first and 10 now from the 35. Hurts throwing again. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Well, these guys have gotten off to a hot start, Brock, in spite of these injuries that have occurred along the way.
You know what, Kate? If you and I traveled to every training camp, I think we'd hear the same thing. Next man up, next man up. These teams know it. The players know it. You hear the talk, but then you got to walk it, and this team is. I know it's early, but this is looking like a group that could be built for a playoff run as long as this list doesn't go too much longer.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. It's Hurts once again. That first down throw is going to wind up incomplete. Defender in the area making a nice play on the football. Now it's 2nd down. Oh, and how well he's slinging at this opening drive, Brock. Not sure we expected to see an incompletion, but his perfect start ends at 5 for 5.
Yeah, kind of the feeling out process, right? I think you find this with defensive coordinators a whole bunch, trying to figure out what that script is on the other side. I have a sense there'll be some completions and incompletions along the way.
He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground.
Held them to a field goal.
It's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
0-0. Oh, damn, they're going for it. These cocky bastards.
All right, so they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive. They'll run for it with Barkley.
Damn it, and they made it too. Shit. On the 1st down on the 13.
And the huge conversion gets them a new set it down.
I think sometimes you hear 4th and 2 and it sounds like it's short. But what if I said 4th and 6 feet? That's a little bit more, and it takes a surge just like that to get it done.
He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Didn't hold them to a field goal. They got a touchdown.
Opening series. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? You feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Trevor Etienne to return this.
Uh-oh.
And he's off to the races. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys will reach pay dirt for the first time this game.
Trevor Etienne or
You
something.
get an exciting return man back there fielding it. Wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys start off well to tie things 7-7. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Head coach Nick Sirianni readying the Eagles for their next series. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. first down. Hurts.
Oh.
Hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On second down, here's Barkley. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so that means second down coming up.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense came at the perfect time.
Get that motherfucker. Shit.
Catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Completed left side to Smith. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Barkley with the pistol gear. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, it keeps that defense honest.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on third down. They go to Barkley again. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball. But a third down run for a first down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
They're working a couple yards past the line. Stop made by Donovan Ezeraku. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Hurts now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Hurts on 3rd and 2.
Ah.
It's complete to Robinson. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles break the tie here in the first. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get in on the slants, you find yourself with a gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB,
Yeah.
and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there when you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And bringing them out to
offense
number 3
finally takes the
overall
field.
pick. Trying to earn another chance, Brock, to lead a team here in the NFL. It's Trey Lance.
Oh, yeah.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns. More of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him, but you welcome an encore with everything else he was doing in that ball game.
And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down. New set of downs from 37.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready, set.
First down, and they go right back to it. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You spring a big game like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Let's go.
Another run for Williams. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on first down. Pushing the pace right away to start the game.
1 yard gain.
On second down, a run with Williams. And a decent run gets him out 4. It's going to be third down.
Javonte Williams, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment.
I'm rocking this guy who had 3 interceptions missed on Madden. I think
Time for our second quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone.
Here we go, set. 60 red. Ready?
As Cox, he's got Lamb. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on third down. And they've got themselves a first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready?
Williams. He will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's second and goal.
Let's go now. Hut.
They go to him again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
This opening drive has reached the 5. Can they find 6 now on third and goal? Now it's Lance. And it's
dang it.
on third and goal. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up fourth and goal. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal?
Totally not me, and I'm going to play it safe.
Well, remember, Kate, I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I will be. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And it's an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Eagles getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. This one gets to the 22. Wrapped up on that play by Big Quinnen Williams.
Positive that effort. You didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
They send a man in motion. On the play fake, it's Hurts. The next on the crosser. And he stopped just before the line to gain. This is at the 27. And looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. It's a sneak. Hurts. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. We've got a tough QB who wants to put it on his shoulders. He'll sign up for it.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he's going to be out of bounds after it looks like about a yard there. 2nd down coming up.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
Hurts
9.
setting up to throw. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Making the call himself. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in, not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
These are some cocky bastards, man.
Now, not a traditional spot we see teams going for it, but they only need a few inches. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
1st down, run with Barkley. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
This time it's a passing play. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're whistling for a stop here. That's one of the Cowboys who's in some pretty clear discomfort and in need of some assistance. Cowboys crowding the passing lanes. They're into the dime for 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. He smartly won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away.
I bet y'all punt it this time.
That enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. That's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Back out come the Cowboys for their 2nd drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. They blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Here we go.
To the air, Lance. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it.
Oh, come on.
Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Okay, right.
4th down and 5. The offense staying out there.
Right.
You're going for this.
That's my boy. Get off me.
They send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him a first on 4th down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. They'll run the toss for Williams. He's out of bounds after a gain of about 8, so a nice pickup there, 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run. Crossing that first
Oh, man. He tackled me through a guy.
Which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming
That
up.
was crazy.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Get off me.
Ray not developing as they
Ah.
That's a loss of yardage, Brock. 4th down coming up. That's going to take us, Brock, to our 2-minute warning of this first half. Stay with us. More from AT&T Stadium coming up. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. He was good on his first attempt and his second from a little over 45 here. Aubrey puts it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lower point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. First call here coming from the shotgun. Here's Hurts. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Let's try it again on 2nd down. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
You might have to back out, Alex, and then go back in.
3rd down.
Then you'll see him.
And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
On now comes their punter. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Space past the 35. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
My boy, Blue. Better be. I just paid you a god-awful amount of money.
Everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Completed over the middle. Quick rally to the catch by the defense, stopping the gain at the 33. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
And I have not been paying attention to that burn time.
Timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Ready.
Here's Lance now. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
28-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Lance. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. You've got to find a completion right there.
And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they've made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
All right, going into the half, I just took the lead, 14-16.
After our first 2 quarters, as we throw to Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. The first couple of weeks of the regular season were wild, to say the least. What about week 3? Let's jump in. Our spin around the NFL starts now. In Indianapolis, the Colts at home to take on the Chiefs. And here is the running back. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. The Chiefs are back in the win column. They move to 2-1 with a week 3 victory. From there, why don't we go out to the space city of Houston? Looking in on the Texans, they're playing host to the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's C.J. Stroud. Thinking about throwing, then decides to run. He's in for a 10-yard touchdown. Lastly, let's squeeze in one more. And it's Jaden Daniels. He's got a couple of touchdown passes in this first half, including this one. This one's at halftime now, and it's the Commanders with a 10-point lead at the half. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. In the game you're watching, both teams making a strong case in this one, a 2-point differential at the break. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Short kick gathered in at the 15. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready?
Second half starts with a run by Williams. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
All set now, 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Cowboys first down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Here we go. Set.
Right back to Williams on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys push the lead to 2 scores now.
Eagles 14. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And his drive will start inside the 25. Head coach Nick Sirianni readying the Eagles for their next series. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They go play fake with Hurts. Well, right side, caught by Smith. These guys have gotten off to a hot start, Brock, in spite of these injuries that have occurred along the way.
You know what, Kate? If you and I traveled to every training camp, I think we'd hear the same thing. Next man up, next man up. These teams know it, the players know it. You hear the talk, but then you got to walk it, and this team is. I know it's early, but this is looking like a group that could be built for a playoff run as long as this list doesn't go too much longer. It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he puts some air under this one, right side. Oh, he can't follow through. He had the deep shot for a moment, Brock, but he bobbled it and drops it.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
He has it at the 33. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Oh, just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They toss to Williams, headed right. And the hit helped set him out of bounds there after he picked up 7. 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
A 3rd down run with Blue. Oh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Come on.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Wow, they must really trusted this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that grows their lead to 12.
When you talk to kickers about
63-yard field goal.
They will tell you, Kate, you got to keep it a little lower and you got to drive it. But you still got to be accurate. Basically, all the pieces got to come together like they just did to hit from that distance.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll bowl his way in for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Play action. Hurts has it. Throw right side. Caught by Goddard. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. He's going to run for it. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
All the left side. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play.
Barkley trying this up the gut. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instinct come to life.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Here's another carry for Barkley. Finds a small seam. That's good for 5. Make it 3rd down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion move.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They aren't going for this. Hurts now on 4th.
Oh,
They
you
connects
mother.
downfield. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles shrinking the lead some in the third.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he could stretch that field with the route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles trim the deficit down to 5.
Eagles 41.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 6 seconds.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. He throws a bullet down the right sideline.
Oh.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. To the air on 3rd and long. Finds him on the slant. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Offense working quickly.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready?
Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Come on.
Still sticking with the passing game.
Oh, you son of a
They
bitch.
bring it down. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
18 at the 37-yard line.
Now it's Lance. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball.
That's my boy, Tate.
That's big time.
3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Set. Ready.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Cowboys who have it with the lead, but the win not secure just yet.
And it's fucking delicious. And then the poached egg, how I get it, like a medium poached egg.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Hut.
Another for Williams. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. They get 6 on the ground. That sets them up 3rd and goal from the 4.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys take an 11-point this one out of reach. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little side goal line.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys push the lead up to 12. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. He's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Motion Brown right. Hurts on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45.
Hit him.
This down to the 34. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
Not sure yet.
The complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. He's running with it. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
He's just going to huck this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan and haul in a heck of a souvenir. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Has it in close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles now within 1 score in the 4th. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Eagles trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Return starts from the 16. Makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this 2nd half. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Set.
Straight ahead with Williams. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Not sure yet. I don't even know what time it is.
Another run for Williams. Now even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Well, hold on a second.
I don't know.
Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head
We'll
out to look
see.
at
I'm in the last quarter, 5:18 left. Got a share screened up if you want to watch, or you can check out my YouTube page.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Ready. 50. Cut.
Give to Williams from the gun. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
Here we go.
This time it's a passing play. It is caught left side. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line of gain. Here we go, goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches.
Set. Ready.
He has it on the QB sneak. And they bring him down. It looks like he got into the 27. That's a short gain of 1. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Come on. Set. Blue 32. Ready.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. He'll come up on 1st and 10.
That's another Cowboys
Set.
first down. First
Set.
and 10 at the 13.
Williams fields the pitch. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down. And with this lead, keeping the pedal down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Hut.
They pitch it out to him here. And they come through with a big stop there. Got him down for a loss as they keep fighting back here in the 4th.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Here we go. Hut.
Looking to throw. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys making a 2-possession game here in the 4th. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle. It's
Tells you to start watching Duffel. If you could, give me a like and a follow.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. So 2nd down coming up. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. Kids would say, he's him. That defense knew, that's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's when you chalk it up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in
Oh,
before
going for it on 4th and 10. Look at you guys.
Last second attempt to get rid of it.
Desperation time here.
Oh, you
And he's got it
bitch.
downfield. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him.
35 yards on the play. That's good for an Eagles.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Short pass brought in.
Oh, you're
Into the
gone.
red zone.
He's at, yeah.
He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
That just happened.
The Eagles now within one score.
Oh, Eagles touchdown.
So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Returning from the 18-yard line. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. 1st and 10 from the 32.
Let's go. Black, 95.
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready, ready.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense.
You make that call, just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Come on, set, hut, hut.
He's back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they do get him down, but the damage
That's
is
why
done.
you're my
He
boy,
stays down inside
Blue.
the 35-yard line. So we do get a timeout from the defense just before the 2-minute warning. So one more play before we reach that break.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Set, hut.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Set, hut. Set.
Now it's Williams. He has the Cowboys' 1st down, Brock, and that should clinch this win for him. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to.
Set.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down.
Set.
Design quarterback run here. So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. And they'll let the
Ah,
clock run
damn
all
it.
the way down and expire.
Delay of game.
Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap.
Still 2nd down.
Ah, delay of game.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close.
That's game.
So
43-35.
win here in Arlington. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL.
It was a battle, though,
A
man.
3-0 start.
It was tough.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports.
I think that might be the first game I did not throw a single freaking interception. I'm happy with that.